If you're a busy mom, which who isn't a busy mom, trying to lose weight this summer, can I just tell you something? Weight loss, it doesn't usually fall apart because you don't know what to eat. It falls apart at 5 o'clock p.m. when everyone's hungry, you're tired, the kitchen's a mess, and you have absolutely no plan. That's why I love Crockpot meals. Not because they're trendy or magical, but because they solve one of the biggest problems moms face when trying to get healthy: decision fatigue. When dinner is already handled, you're far less likely to swing through that drive-thru, order pizza, or start picking up whatever your kids leave on their plate. The moms who are the most successful with weight loss, they aren't necessarily the moms with the most willpower. They're the moms who create systems that make healthy choices easier. And a Crockpot is one of the simplest systems you can put in place. So if your goal this summer is to lose weight, feel better, have more energy, and actually enjoy time with your family instead of stressing about dinner every night, these recipes are for you. Hey, welcome to the Kingdom Fit Moms podcast, where we believe that you can go on a journey to lose weight for the last time. I know you've tried all the things and you may not believe me yet, but when you do weight loss the Kingdom Fit Moms way, everything changes. You are in the right place if weight is constantly on your mind, you're confused about food, you're missing out on memories, and maybe even putting your dreams off for another day because this weight struggle is no joke. We're a community and we're on a mission to invite God into this weight loss journey so you can shed the burden and shine your light. I want you to start living and believing in the version of yourself that heaven sees. Let's get started. All right, so I wanted to share some of our Fit Mom wins of the week. And these don't come necessarily from one specific Fit Mom, but I just wanted to kind of give you a glimpse into what's happening in our community that's creating success for women who are truly ready to lose weight for the last time with God at the center of it all. So a couple things that we do. One of them is we have a challenge leader, and she leads a monthly challenge rather. And this month we are doing bingo. So it's a lot of fun. My kids are joining me in it, and there's different health-related challenges like doing a 24-hour fast, which my kids are not doing, and grounding or doing a new workout regimen, just things that make it fun and get you thinking about health holistically in community. So that has been so much fun to watch everybody jump in and see their success in unique ways. Again, weight loss doesn't have to be all about food and exercise. It's an entire experience for how to be healthy and see it as something that's a lot of fun. The second thing that I just wanted to celebrate is I'm running an intensive for the summer called the Consistency Project with some gals who were already in Fit Moms Academy and some that are just jumping in for the summer for this project. And I am so encouraged by these women recognizing that they know what to do. Most of the time, they know how to eat. They know that they need to move their bodies. Most of us do know this, but they are just craving consistency. And so we're taking 12 weeks to focus on what does it mean to show up and to not let myself off the hook, to show up without excuses, to plan ahead, to move my body, to make sure that I'm eating real food, and to commit to whatever other specific goals that the Lord has on my heart. So we're totally celebrating you guys. And even if you're not in our community, we just invite you to consider having your own consistency project this summer. What if this is the summer where you commit to actually showing up, doing the work, no more reading about it or researching or whatever, just show up and do the work that you know you need to do. All right, on to today's episode. Before we dive in, I want to make sure you know about 2 ways you can connect with us here at Kingdom Fit Moms. If you're looking for encouragement, free resources, healthy recipes, challenges, and a community of Christian women pursuing God's way of health, come join our free Kingdom Fit Moms Facebook community. We'd love to welcome you there. But maybe you're listening today and thinking, Kelsey, I've been listening to the podcast. I've tried doing this on my own. I know I need more support, accountability, and a clear plan. If that's you, I want you to know that Fit Moms Academy is open. Fit Moms Academy is our coaching community for Christian women who are ready to lose weight for the last time, create lasting habits, and finally become consistent without obsessing over food, counting every calorie, or starting over every single Monday. Whether you're just getting started in our free community or you're ready for deeper coaching and support in Fit Moms Academy, there's a place for you here. For our free Facebook community, go to kelseywickenhauser.com/KFM. And if you're ready to join us inside of Fit Moms Academy, go to kelseywickenhauser.com/join. And I can't wait to meet you inside. All right, today I am making this super practical again. So last week on the podcast, we talked about ideas for your kids for lunch, because I know that it's hard to think of on the spot, how do I feed my kids at home and make it healthy? So go back and listen to last week's episode. But today we are talking 10 easy crockpot meals for summer when you're on the go and you just need an idea for what to do and have dinner ready for you when you walk in the door. So these are things that I thought of, and I would love to hear your ideas too. So again, make sure you hop into our free Facebook community, kelseywickenhauser.com/KFM. We'll guide you there, and you can share your ideas and glean other Fit Moms ideas as well. Okay, so one of my very, very favorite meals for summer or any time that I'm busy is salsa chicken tacos. This is so easy, you guys, and delicious. So get your chicken breasts, put them in the crock pot, and I usually dump probably just one good sized jar of salsa in there and taco seasoning. And then I prefer to get a bag of frozen corn and some black beans and to throw them in there as well. You could wait to put the beans in until later, but I haven't had any issues. I just throw them in with it. And then after 6 or 8 hours on low or 3 or 4 hours on high, your meal is done. So you open up that lovely crock pot and then just get some sort of meat shredder, or you can use one of the, oh my goodness, I don't know what you call it. You know, when you're like browning meat and you have one of those little devices that smashes your meat. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, you can come tell me inside of our Facebook community, but you just take that and you like mash up the chicken and you're good to go. And this gives you a lot of really good quality protein that you could use for your kids inside of a burrito. You could add it with some eggs. You could just eat it plain. You could have it over a salad. The possibilities really are endless. I like to add a scoop of plain Greek yogurt on top and some avocado to give it some good healthy fat and protein. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is similar, and it really is a kid favorite. So this one is barbecue pulled chicken. So it's the same thing as far as instructions. When you put your chicken breast in, I recommend getting some sort of beverage like, you know, I used to use root beer, but I kind of prefer Poppy now, a little bit better ingredients, I guess. So you could get like either a cola flavor or Dr. Pepper or root beer. Again, I know that's not perfect, but it's just helping to give the chicken a little bit of flavor. You can add in some onion if you like, and then you shred the chicken up, and then you can add barbecue sauce at the end. So there are a couple brands of barbecue sauce that are low sugar or no sugar, so I always am looking for those. Or if you're feeling really adventurous, you could look on Pinterest for a way to make it yourself. And then for your kids, you can decide how you want to serve it. I like to pair this with sweet potatoes or have it with a salad. Okay, the third meal is again similar. I'm doing a lot of chicken meals because it's so easy in the crock pot and tastes good. So the number 3 crock pot meal is Hawaiian chicken. So this one just has different flavors. So again, you get your chicken breast, or you could do chicken thighs, I suppose, or whatever type of chicken you like. But put the chicken in the crock pot with pineapple chunks. You can cut it up yourself, or you could buy frozen or in a can with just the pineapple juice. Add in some bell peppers and onions and some teriyaki sauce. And again, let it cook for 6 or 8 hours. This pairs well over rice. And if you're having a lower carb lifestyle, you could just eat it plain and it is delicious. Have a nice side salad with it. Okay. Number 4, crock pot sloppy joes. So good. So put your ground beef, or if you're like me and you have a hunter husband who is into venison, you could do venison. You could also do ground turkey. Choose your own adventure with the meat. Add in some tomato sauce, onion, Worcestershire. Sometimes I'll add onion and garlic powder, a little bit of Dijon mustard. You might want to look up your own recipe because I'm not really a recipe follower. In a lot of cases, people ask me, how did you make that? I'm like, I don't know. I just kind of threw it together. So those would be the main ingredients. And again, you can cook it on low for 6 hours or so, and you will have delicious sloppy joes ready for you when you walk in the door. You can have your kids have it with buns if you choose, or just have some fruit and veggies on the side. And honestly, sloppy joes are delicious right on a sweet potato. So if you have time, you could throw sweet potatoes in the Instapot. I think that's one of the easiest ways to make it for like 25 minutes, which actually takes longer because it has to warm up. So give yourself maybe 45 minutes if you have that time, and you can have some sweet potatoes right along with it. Okay, number 5 is Italian beef sandwiches in the crock pot. So for this, you'll need a chuck roast. So you throw that in your crock pot and get some pepperoncini peppers. Honestly, you could just put those 2 ingredients in there and it's enough. If you want to get a little fancy, you could add a little bit of beef broth and or some Italian seasoning. And then again, pair it with, if you want some sort of sandwich roll and cheese, if you are trying to make something for your family that they'll eat, that might be the way to go. But I skip the bread and I just have it plain with a side of some roasted vegetables. All right, number 6. For those of you who aren't into meat, this one might fill your plate a little bit better. So number 6 is lentil taco filling. So I want you to get some lentils, and you could also add in whatever beans you'd like. So you could get some kidney beans, black beans, add salsa, broth, and taco seasoning, and it will again cook similar to the salsa chicken that we talked about at the beginning. Then you'll have this available as a delicious add-on to different types of bowls. Maybe you're going to make nachos, maybe tacos, whatever it is, you'll have this delicious lentil taco filling. Okay, the next thing for those of you, again, who maybe aren't into the meat, or you just love some beans, because I don't know about you, but I could eat beans every day. I probably do eat them most days. I like to sprinkle chickpeas and black beans, especially into whatever it is that I'm eating. So this number 7 recipe is black bean sweet potato chili. So for this, you'll want to peel and dice up your sweet potatoes, add in black beans, tomatoes, or I kind of prefer to use crushed tomatoes in the can. And then I chop up onions and bell peppers and add in chili seasoning, and voila, get that in your crock pot. Again, you might want to look up, just put in black bean sweet potato chili in Pinterest and you can get some different variations of this. My mom actually makes a version of this and she puts a little bit of espresso powder in it. Also delicious, highly recommend. So you can kind of use whatever you prefer for your chili taste, but make it a plant-based recipe. And then you can add in some Greek yogurt and cheese, which is not plant-based, but still delicious, or avocado on top. Okay, the next one is similar, but a little bit different. It's a salsa bean chili. So you can basically take everything that you have in your pantry if you are feeling stuck in the morning and you're like, oh no, I don't know what's for dinner. Literally grab whatever beans you have. So black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, throw them all in the crock pot with some salsa, diced tomatoes, chili seasoning, and just let it cook all day. If you have other veggies, add them in. So even if you had carrots, or what else would work? Peppers and onions work really well. You could dice up carrots really small. I'm trying to think if I would do broccoli. I don't know, that might taste a little bit weird, but you could get creative. Definitely garlic. Definitely add all the garlic to all the things. I'm kind of a big advocate for just trying things and just throwing them in. So I'm trying to think of what other summer vegetables might be good. Oh, you know what might be good is zucchini or squash, You could, again, chop these up and put them in there and just see how they mesh in with a salsa bean chili. Number 9 is Crockpot vegetable curry. I'm actually attempting to grow some curry in my herb garden this summer, so I'm excited to test that out. So for this one, I would get chickpeas instead of the other types of beans, peel and dice sweet potatoes, carrots, bell peppers, and then add in some coconut milk and curry powder. This pairs well with rice if you want some extra carb, or you can just leave the rice out and have it as is. Now, the number 10 kind of goes along with what I have already shared, but it's basically my clean out the fridge summer meal where you're making a vegetable soup with whatever leftovers you have. So if you have leftover cooked meat, maybe you had some leftover taco meat, although when we have taco meat, it's always like the first to go. We always make it for the week and it's a nice add-in meal whenever. But if you happen to have some, maybe you had some leftover ground up sausage, maybe you had some chicken that you already made in another meal, whatever you have, you can cut it up and put it in the crock pot, and then literally any vegetables that need to be used up. So if they're on their last leg, maybe you have celery. I feel like we never ever eat all the celery. Maybe you have some onions, maybe asparagus. It doesn't matter. Just cut it up into little chunks and throw it in there. Get your favorite broth. You can add in tomatoes, beans, seasonings. Literally just look on Pinterest for vegetable soup seasoning ideas, and you can throw in what you have. The beauty is that it never has to be the same twice. It probably never will be the same twice. So if you love it, well, good luck making that again. But this meal, it truly saves so much money, it reduces waste, and it gives new life to leftovers that might otherwise get tossed. So hopefully your kids will learn to love this meal, but even if you slowly introduce vegetable soup every week, and maybe you could make it a competition to see, hey, which one did you like? Which week was the best? Which combination of flavors did you like the best? You could make it fun. And I truly, truly believe that the more we just introduce our kids to things, the more that we normalize it, they will start to like it. For example, we have been running up and down this road by my house, and at first it was such a struggle to get my kids to get on board. And now I say, okay, it's time for our run, and they just know it's a thing. So they really do rise to the occasion. So if you're listening to some of these recipes, maybe curry, and you're thinking, oh, my kids would never eat that, don't count them out. I would just make it and just serve it and keep trying, and you just never know when the light bulb will go on and they will say, you know what, I kind of like this. So I want to challenge you. I want you to join a summer crockpot challenge here in Kingdom Fit Moms, and I want you to choose 3 meals from today's list. I want you to write them down and buy the ingredients, put them on your calendar, and then see this month how much easier dinner feels when you have already made the decision. Because most of the stress around healthy eating, again, it's not the cooking, it's deciding what to make. Here's the secret. Consistent moms, they don't make fewer mistakes. They make fewer decisions. They create simple systems that truly make healthy choices easier. So this summer, let your crock pot do some of the heavy lifting so that you can spend less time in the kitchen, more time making memories with your family. Can I get an amen to that? So if you're realizing that what you really need is not another meal plan, but simple systems that help you to stay consistent, that's exactly what we help women build inside of Fit Moms Academy. So if you're ready to take action, start building crock-pot meals, start building simple, healthy lunches for your kids, and all of the other pieces that invite God into the health journey, then come join us inside of Fit Moms Academy this week. It could be your healthiest summer ever if you say yes and start taking action. Just go to KelseyWickenhauser.com/join or send me a quick DM on Instagram at Kelsey Wickenhauser, and we can have a conversation to see if it's right for you. Hey Fit Mom, if this episode blessed you today and you can think of somebody else who's struggling in her weight loss journey, would you consider sharing this week's episode with her to give her a sense of hope? And then while you're at it, hop on over to our free Facebook community, Kingdom Fit Moms, for daily encouragement and support. Let's go shed the weight to shine the light.